This is ultimate paradise. Like, this is the perfect place to be. Right? There's an amazing wave here. There's really great spearing here. So that's the sea snake, highly venomous.
Well, I got a bag of beers.
Ah, frothing.
With the ladies opting to sit out our upcoming passage across the voicterous southern Indian Ocean, I got a crew of lads on board to help with the trip. As we're all keen surfers, first we headed out to the Mentawai Islands to familiarise everyone with Nandji too. I figure if we get everyone into some waves, then the lads will be happy to endure what the Indian Ocean is going to throw at us. Our first few days in the islands have been a magical experience, but before leaving this area for good, I have a couple of places I want to visit first, if we can get moving.
We had a few issues already straight off this morning. So we had that starter motor issue up in Sabang, and we had old mate just basically clean the terminals of the solenoid. So he didn't really fix anything, he just sort of polished it and got us moving again. But this morning we got the exact same issue. There's plenty of power to the starter, but we can't crank. So part of that reason we had crew member to bring over a brand new starter. So Disco carried the starter over, and rather than dealing with this issue consistently, we'll put the new starter in now, and then I'll clean up the solenoid so we've got the spare backup. But we just need to do this before we go anywhere this morning. I'm trying to figure out the socket combination again. That's what takes most of the time, was figuring out how to get tools onto each nut. How good is it working on motors, eh? Oh my gosh, it's like my favourite thing to do. I love it.
How hot's it in there, man?
Oh no, it's just a casual 22, you know. 122 if you're Americans.
I take offense to that.
You and your weird system. Who freezes water at minus something? What's Fahrenheit? What's Fahrenheit freezing point, mate?
32. It's not minus anything.
Oh, it's not even minus. Why?
You know, for surfboards, they still say liters.
Oh, no way. Rather than gallons.
Yeah, I've asked people that before. Americans talk about, oh, this has this many liters in it. Like, why don't you say gallons? Oh, victory!
It's not exactly the same, is it?
That's got a male end and that's got a female.
When it kicks, this cog of the starter spits out, so it just connects into the flywheel. Should be fine. It's just shaped a little bit differently with the solenoid. Must be the solenoid. So we just have to see how the space goes, but it should be right. This is like the new modern version, isn't it?
Yeah, it seems different, eh?
Yeah.
So there's not on your ring gear, there's not a male end? Oh, sick. So it fits it.
It should fit, yeah.
You're stoked.
Yeah. So it fits and it's in. So once I wire it, it should work. Well, I'll just crank it up. So the starter motor that we've put in, I just gave the part number to my stepdad because he's an auto electrician. He organised the starter to be sent to me, and when I pulled it out of the box I was like, oh no, it's different, but it is the same. It's just a newer modern version of the Hitachi starter. So yeah, it fits, it's all in, except being the new modern version, it just has a few little different wiring connections. So one wire I have to sort of extend, and I had to MacGyver up one of the terminals, but it's good. This is the last little piece of the puzzle. We should be good to go. Again. Yeah. Stop. Well, it dropped to 6 volts, so that's definitely not enough to crack it. Stop. Go again. Stop. Go again. Arrow! It's definitely power. If that didn't fire, that's gonna be diesel. Try again! Water's flowing now.
Good on you.
Yeah, like initially trying to start it must have been like a little bit, because I take all the water hose off and everything, so maybe it was air blocked, you know, so I couldn't get that first little crank over. But as soon as it started and wanted to crank, had power. There was so much voltage going to it, it heated up a little bit, so I think it might have just been a little bit air blocked. But bloody running now, so we'll turn it on and off a couple of times, make sure it's good to go, and then we can get this party rolling, man.
Before the storm, it gets wild where we go. But the calm before the storm, it's gonna get wild where we go. Stand on, that's what we want. Yeah! Got it! Yeah, boys!
Almost lost it.
You getting excited, mate?
I'm getting very excited. This is a place, another one of those spots that like, I've always wanted to go, but I've never gone because it's really hard. It's a terrible anchorage. It's a long way away from anywhere. You can't anchor here like overnight. You can, but like it's just super dangerous because you're exposed to all the elements. You're facing north. There's no fringing protective reef, and if any sort of weather comes in from the north-northwest like it does, as we're down in the conversion zone, yeah, you're on a leader shore and shit can go wrong really quickly. So because we are going to reach it here in the daylight, we might just stop off for an hour or two, jump in and do some spearfishing. Pretty late afternoon, you know, it's a really good time for spearfishing when the deep fish come up into the shallows a bit more. So you have to have a crack, don't you? It's not like I'm ever going to come back here. So the size of the fish I'm hoping to see, expecting to see, should I say, this float ain't going to cut it, mate. Oh, we're on! Oh, we're on! Who's in the hot seat? What do you got? In the middle. Oh, instant jump. Thanks, mate. Little bonito. These are called a bonito or a skipjack tuna or whatever you want. They taste terrible. They're real strong blood meat, but they're a very good bait if you want to catch other fish because they're super oily. So he's going to be up early for the bigger dogs that are over there. Oh, that's good timing, wasn't it?
Pretty fish.
Nice. Yeah. This one time in Bandcamp, on OG Nandji, we caught this tuna, big old tuna head, and there was just blood and stuff everywhere. It got sharked, and it was this huge tuna head out in the Pacific. We put that on deck and I was all proud, and Benito was trying to sleep. You know, we'd stayed awake for a couple of hours to catch the tuna.
Then it got sharked at the end, so I only got this head, so it was a bit of a disappointment. We only got like the head of the fish, not the whole fish. And Banana went to bed, and I washed everything down, but the window hatches were open, so I washed all this stinky tuna straight onto our bed, 2 a.m. That's what I think of every time I see a hatch and fish around it.
The difference of having a crew of lads on board rather than the family means that these far out islands that take overnight to reach, only to enjoy them for a couple of hours, become feasible. The more overnight passages we can complete now is vital in gaining more experience for the crew whilst it's calm. The final stop off before making clearance out of Indonesia is a place us as a family travelled to a couple of years ago, a bucket list destination that will be the perfect farewell to Indonesia and close the chapter of our time in Asia. A far out atoll only accessible by boat.
You reckon TSA will be uptight when they find this in my backpack? I have a shell.
This is ultimate paradise. Like, this is the perfect place to be, right? It feels really good. And yeah, spent a couple of days here. There's an amazing wave here which we never surfed last time, but there's swell around this time. There was no swell last time we were here, so we're going to get some amazing waves. Hopefully go shoot some more doggies. There's really great spearing here. It's the ultimate place to be, I'm just telling you. So, frothing.
So me and crew on the beach, we're gonna build an altar to cook a fish on, make a sacrifice to the gods of the ocean.
I think this is going to be the living room. We're going to get some, there's a lot of timber here, so we're going to set up a fire and set up a little lounge room.
Yeah!
Ew!
Well, we got our seat built. We started to build a fire pit, and Marley decided it was a hole for him, so we're gonna wait on that, let him enjoy his hole for whatever reason. Wilson!
Sorry lads, we left you hanging for a while. Seen some small ones and seen some really big ones. They all just swam by.
So you didn't get anything?
We didn't get anything. We always say that Marley wouldn't last a week in the wild, eh? He's pretty dead, I'm pretty sure. Oh my god. He's got no self-defense mechanism. Like, he don't know how to get his own food. He's scared of flies.
It was so funny, I started to dig the fire pit hole, and as soon as it got like 2 scoops out, he comes and lays down, and it didn't move.
Yeah, in my cold patch. Yeah. Classic. He's definitely all about cold patches. Well, actually, we've got quite a bit of red meat, mate. A little treat for the boys before we go to sea. We'll go to the beach this army and have a little barbecue.
Oh, can go back to the lounge room on the beach that we set up.
Exactly. We got steaks in here somewhere. We gotta say thanks to Uncle. Cheers, Uncle. Gonna juice up the boys ready for the ocean. Oh, slab of meat, mate. There's a steak. How good's a freezer, eh?
It might be good to see.
Let's keep that one in.
Oh, all right. Yesterday didn't get any fish, so we never made that bonfire. What we set up yesterday, so what we're going to try to do, what I'm going to try to do, I need to walk around this island. It has heaps of timber and stuff, so I've got to build a little fire. The boys should be arriving in like probably an hour's time. I just got to walk around and start collecting this wood. The coconut, there's a lot of coconut, and the coconut husk and the shell inside makes really good coal. So another thing about this island, it's home to so many sea snakes. So I do this a lot in the Mentawais when I have guests coming out and we just get onto an island and we have a barbecue or something. Moving stuff, most of the time you find a snake, and we got one here. A little sea snake, super poisonous. So what I'm going to do is pick him up. So that's the sea snake, highly venomous. So what we're going to do, we're going to transport him and put him back in the ocean. But pretty cool, eh? So yeah, they are super venomous, but they have such a small mouth, so it'll be hard to get.
When we run the water maker, you have to use the generator, which is all okay, I'm fine with that, but the water maker is a very high draw and the generator has been heating up a little bit. It's been going to 80 degrees, so it's a little bit hotter than what it would be. It regulates itself fine, but I feel that I need to at least check the impeller and maybe change it, because I know I look at that water outlet and I sort of feel that there should be more water. Joys of boat life, eh? They say. Just sailing around the world, doing boat work in exotic places.
So I made two different fires. I made a little fire over here just so I can cook some potatoes, and I got some other goodies in here. So once this gets hot coals, I'm going to chuck these on, and then once this cools down a bit, not cools down but breaks down, I'm going to get that hot plate on and start cooking these steaks.
You turn into a fly while we left you here? You get carried away by him? Yeah. Josh fixed the generator, those pieces of wood you gave me to hang the broke outboard on. They started cracking. We need to get more, but
oh yeah.
Yeah, I know he's got it all squared away for the most part. Well, I got a bag of beers and
okay,
we don't need no oil.
Enjoy a couple of beers with the boys, have a steak, watch the sunset, boat's ready, everyone's sort of smashed it out this RV and feeling good. Well, the window's looking good, so it's time to do it, eh?
Is it red sky at night, sailor's delight, red sky in the morning?
So this is actually going to take longer than I expected because I had all the coals ready and then wasn't paying attention. So now I'm trying to get it going, but it's going to be a nice slow cooked steak. So the boys will love it. Now I'm just going to have to salsa it up, put a little seasoning. Oh, it's got garlic, carrot, onion, some herbs. Oh, this is perfect. Look at this. The taties are cooked good. Bit of special stew sauce. And then got some nice carrots, onion and garlic in here and some herbs. And now I'm just gonna pull off the steak and the boys can eat.
We're finally up to the stage where everyone's pretty well done. I've pulled the pin and our forecast just looks really good, and it was time to get going and organise the boat and pack her up and get ready for going to sea. So that means we just got to go over everything, make sure all the little things are in order. We've got to stow away everything. As you can see, the boat is in absolute shambles again already. Found these drains are clogged, stuff's wet, so just all these little things that we don't want to happen at sea. It's all in the preparation, and we're up to that point where we've just got to prepare everything so we can have a nice easy passage. That's the plan. Touch on wood, not wood.
Unzipping the mainsail cover. We're getting underway.
Again. And again. Alright, loud action. Everyone was pretty quiet. Did I scare you or what? Just as we're picking up anchor, pretty much had the anchor all the way up, and then like the engine just stalled and cut out. So once again it was starved. But like I'd cleaned the tank, so I don't feel it's the uptake. But I didn't change over that filter, the first pre-filter, and that thing was super filthy. So I reckon that was the reason why there wasn't diesel. I mean, that's why the engine cut out. So just have to go through the process of getting diesel from the tank through the hard lines. It travels quite a long way up to that first filter, and then all the way through to the injectors. So we had to take off all the filters, fill them up, change the filter. Crank it until you get diesel to the injectors, just priming the lines, because diesels hate oxygen in their lines. But yeah, she's running. We'll just let her crank over for a while now to make sure we are good, because we've got to navigate through quite a bit of reef on the way out here. But mate, it's just the start of any big journey. Shit always goes wrong at the start, eh? We can't handle, eh, boys?
Spot on.
What do we call this? Crew.
This is our 4-string guitar. Out of tune, the strings broke straight off the bat, but you know, something to get the noises out of our head with.